Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, and welcome back to another Silly Point with Dan Allen on the other end of the, and me, Tyler Ward. Dan Allen, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. This lockdown keeps dragging on. It messed up our season last year, messed up the sort of winter. There's been no training, no nets, nothing like that. And it's still early February, and we've got a little while before the season starts. So yeah, I think we're all getting a little bit miffed and annoyed that this is dragging on. But hey ho, we're here to have fun. So yeah, give us some fun, T.
We had snow. Snow's always fun.
We did have snow, and it looks like it's cleared up. I see you sitting there up at the old sawmill, and I was there the other day taking photographs, and it was white over. So yeah, cleaned up a treat.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, it always feels like a long period of time between filming Silly Points. But
that's mainly because it is a long period of time, mate.
It normally is a long period of time. But as always, it's so good to be back. And we have a lot to talk about. So I think we dive straight in.
Where should we start?
Well, the biggest news, I think, is to do with our crowdfunder in the pursuit of getting some new nets. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, we did a video a few weeks ago, and yeah, in there our nets just they just don't work. They were built on pretty ropey foundations, rolled soil and sand, and they're not fit for purpose. Combined with the fact that we've expanded as a club, we've got 5 Saturday teams, over 100 junior players from under 7s to under 16s, girls and boys. And we're a small ground, as everybody likes to point out, and we just don't have the right facilities. So getting a new set of permanent nets alongside the roll-on, roll-off frames that we've got means that we can have the best of both worlds, grass nets on the square and permanent nets alongside. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But, of course, it's hugely expensive because these are top-of-the-range nets. They'll last forever. And it's a serious investment for a club like ours. COVID it killed off a lot of our all of our social fundraising pretty much last year. We only had half a season. We couldn't stay in the bar as much as we'd want to. So yeah, we were well short on revenue. So we're kind of putting out the begging bowl, but in a way that we think is, or we hope is giving value.
I was just going to touch on that further and say that I'm sure that viewers are familiar with crowdfunding. If not, it's a really good way of kind of raising capital. But hopefully we've done it in a way where people feel like they're getting something for the money that they're putting in.
We've got off to a pretty decent start, and I've been incredibly delighted that we've had such a good response from the people that follow us on YouTube, and people from all around the world. We've had some people in America, someone in Bangladesh, and putting seem like pretty large sums of money into us, and it's fantastic, with really lovely messages saying they love it, what it is that we do, and we want to support you, and hope you get the target you need and get the nets built.
Dan, I think we should talk about what people can get if they choose to help us out by crowdfunding.
We've got some wonderful little brain cards, we call them, brain nudge cards, we call them. They're perfect for the lockdown. Anyone that's feeling, like they need a bit of optimism or a bit of motivation, things on the back. Anyway, I won't dwell on those too much, but you can get a pack of those for not a lot. A tray of sweet treats.
I have had some, tested some, haven't I?
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, the millionaire shortbreads. Yeah, they really are. And there's a range of different types that you could choose from. I think it's 15 quid for a tray. We've got the usual sort of vouchers for local restaurants and things. £25 voucher for the Chat House, South Croydon's finest.
Also try that. Very much recommend it.
Oh, I mean, the chicken jalfrezi at the Chat House, I think, is the best chicken jalfrezi in the world. Viewers, you will no doubt have a different opinion. We got some T-shirts. We sort of created some T-shirts quite a while ago, and you can buy them. There's links below to buy these things. And but I'm sort of putting one out there, which is a 6 more like a 9 T-shirt, which I don't have an example of. But I do have an example of this one. The scene is set. This is sort of clearly my size, you can see. And we've even got some Dell double teapot ho bloody ho Christmas specials there. all available, and anything that you buy, a part of it will go into the crowd fund. So you are getting something for your donation. We've run a fantasy cricket league at Sanderstead for sort of 3 or 4 years. We skipped last year, I think it was a short season. And we only do it amongst ourselves. So there's normally about sort of 30 or 40 of us do it. And it's great because you can pick, you can have Dell in your side. I wouldn't bother, but you can have Dell in your side alongside, Cy Carter and Tyler and that kind of stuff. It's great to sort of manage your own team and sort that out. So, but we're opening that up now to everybody. So we want to try and make this, the biggest sort of club cricket, fantasy cricket league that's out there.
Right, Dan, moving on. Something perhaps more for the family.
Yeah, this was my wife Lisa thought of this one because she likes afternoon tea and Prosecco. And she said, well, it'd be great to we'll put up a gazebo just in case it's either too sunny or a little bit, the other way, and have afternoon tea with Prosecco for 6, watching a match at the old Sawmill, which would be perfect for, a family or a group of friends, wives and girlfriends. We've got a few of those. I think we're going to do 6, but afternoon tea with cakes and Prosecco and scones and jam and cream. Obviously jam first, or is it cream first? That's the only choice you have to make, really. I want to talk about also, rather than individuals now, I want to talk about sponsorship because we've got an enormous reach. The channel, it's sort of about 70,000 unique viewers a month, and all around the world and up and down the country. We probably are seen by a couple of thousand cricket clubs, or people from a couple of thousand cricket clubs up and down the UK, and that's kind of valuable real estate for any business that wants to connect with largely sports fans and cricket fans. And so we're offering a range of different sponsorships. They're all in the rewards section of the Crowdfunder, link below, and all that kind of stuff. It's things like you can sponsor a match, and if you sponsor a match, either as an individual or business, you can be at the match. You can be our guest of honour, and maybe even have a drink at the bar with Derek. Although I think we'd probably have to pay you for that. And things like we've got space for another boundary board and a scoreboard, a new electronic scoreboard which we want to get. So they're probably bigger ticket items. But if there are any businesses out there that like what we do, want to be associated with us and want to support the club, but get something out of it in terms of exposure for your brand or your business, there's an email link below. So anyone at all, we'd be pleased to hear from you if you fancy that.
Fantastic. All right, Dan, we've talked for a while now about the rewards, and I'll just say it once more. There really is something for everybody. So please, we appreciate anyone who wishes to get involved, and hopefully you get something out of it as well.
Yeah, and there's one final thing. I know we've got some people out there that are incredibly generous, and we want to reward that generosity and have a sort of permanent reminder of who you are. So we're thinking of having sort of bats with people's names on that have donated a certain amount, or a board with the sort of 2021 Crowdfunder Nets sponsors, Nets donators, because we want to have a sort of permanent record of who you great people are.
Now, we have been joined by a very special guest, but before we talk to him, just to tee up a little run-out montage that's going to happen at the end of this silly point, filled with some good run-outs, some very good run-outs, and some not-so-good run-outs. So stick around for that. But, as I said, we are joined by Scaz.
Hello, everyone. How are we?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. It's nice to be home for a bit.
Most people realise we're in another lockdown at the moment, which is not too fun for most. So we thought we would do a little segment on what people have been doing during their lockdown. And I think it's fair to say that Scaz's lockdown has probably been a tad more exciting than most others. Unless, of course, you're an influencer and you spent a lot of your time in Dubai. So, Scaz.
Yeah, so fortunately enough, I've been working for Hawkeye in the cricket department, essentially like helping to operate DRS, like analysis, things like that. So yeah, I've managed to go. I've been to the UAE to do the IPL. I've been to Bangladesh for my birthday, South Africa, back to Abu Dhabi, and now off to India next week. So yeah, I've been very fortunate. Although it's not, you're still locked down in hotels, so it's very strict rules. It's not ideal, but it's much better than here. Question, Dan? Yeah.
Yes, Scaz, mate. What's been your favourite destination?
I'd have to say, Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi was probably nice. It was the Afghanistan v Ireland ODIs.
But I guess as you couldn't really get out of the hotel, how are you judging it? Just from the hotel or the
judging it from the quality of room service. That's probably like the main one for me.
Yeah.
We were by the hotel was by the beach, so
okay.
That was all right. I had a pool, and then there's like certain hours you can go in the gym.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's very strict. So my main judgments are on the quality of food at the hotel.
Yeah, I didn't doubt that. And the work, mate. Are you the guy? So when the umpire's got to do can we rock and roll that? Are you, or can we see the ball tracking here and whatnot? Is it you that's teeing that up?
So there's normally 4 or 5 of you on a team, and you all have a different role.
Yeah.
Within that. So yeah, there's some which is more like analysis, and some which is more of the tracking. But yeah, so yeah, it's good.
And I suppose someone's got to make the teammate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just do the extra bits.
But are you enjoying it?
So yeah, no, I'm loving it at the moment, and still got I think 5 months to go. So yeah.
I was going to ask about it. So where's next?
So I'm going to India next Thursday, which starts with 7-day quarantine, and then I'm doing. It's called the Road Safety World Series. So it's like loads of the legends are playing. So Brian Lara's playing, Sachin Tendulkar's playing. So that'll be pretty cool, yeah. And then probably going to stay in India for the IPL, which will start in April.
Wow, no, that'll be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So we probably won't see much of you on the pitch.
No, I mean, yeah, it depends. If I'm working in England in the English summer, then I might be able to sneak back for a game. But yeah, certainly, I'm going to be missed, Dan. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be missed.
You are going to be missed, unless you get a sack, of course.
That's true. I'll have to pop back and just give my advice from the side. I don't know if I'll play.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because we want to get you on film playing those little dabs down a third man that you've got 17 different variations of, which is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you'll be missed on film, your little cameos and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you just get some highlights up from last year, Dan. I'm still waiting on my package, which has been waiting for a while.
Right.
If I can get a game in, I'll make sure to just play everything down there again, so it'll be fine.
Brilliant. Well, that's what the fans want. That and your hook shot.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I still stand by that. I'm not one to argue, Dan, but that pitch was unplayable. I should have refused. Like the standard of cricket, like how good I am, Dan. There's no way I should have been playing on that pitch. No
Absolutely,
way.
And that clip has just been playing, so everyone knows what it is that you've been.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, yeah, that's a farce. That pitch was dangerous.
So, Scaz, do you want to stick around for a bit? Because this segment's all about, the lockdown and how some people have actually, it's been terrible for most people, but some people have kind of made the most of it. You have, clearly. 2 of the guys in the club have actually sort of discovered or rediscovered a hidden talent. One is Greg McLean, and I don't know if you've seen Greg McLean's Instagram, but in the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, he's been painting pictures. They're wonderful. Yeah, I asked him about it, and he said that he was really into his art at school, but then when he left school, he sort of dropped that and played cricket and did other things and got into sport. And with the lockdown giving him time on his hands, he's just got back into painting, and he's done some fantastic paintings. We're showing some now. I think he's really excited by it, and if anyone likes these things and wants to buy them, just write us an email, and I'm sure we can put you in touch with Greg and see what we can do. And then the other one's Chris Bowman.
CD.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Bowman, he's a music nut. I mean, we when we did that sort of question on the boundary, what's your favourite music artist? He piped up with Nirvana, and I sort of got excited by that because I got into that whole sort of grunge scene back when. You've never heard of them? No, too young for you. But anyway, he's a musician himself, or a sort of singer-songwriter with his brother, who because Chris is Australian originally. He's been over here for 20 years, but and his brother's still down there, and they set up a band with another two mates, I think, called the Brojangles, and it's sort of dad rock is how he describes it. And they do little videos where Chris is here, obviously, his brother's on the Gold Coast in Queensland, and it's good stuff, and they're putting it out on Spotify and iTunes and all of that, and it's great, and we've got links to everything bit below so that people can have a look at it. And we're having a little feature on, well, actually, all of you, really, you, Greg and Chris, in our next newsletter, which is coming out very, very shortly. So, and viewers, if you want to subscribe to that newsletter, then there's a link below for you to be able to do that. And don't miss out, because there's some cracking stuff. Yeah, and then the final one of our lockdown people who are finding the silver lining in the cloud of lockdown is Jallen, who, as we all know only too well, that he likes a drink, and he likes pubs and bars, and with lockdown shutting them, he had no choice really but to build his own.
Evening, barman. Can I have a hazy Jane, please?
Yeah, coming right up. Glass?
Yes, please. So, Jallen, well, this is your bar, mate. How long's this been here, and how did it get here?
So over lockdown, I was just a bit bored.
Yeah.
Pubs were shut, and I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I just make my own? So yeah, I got a couple of pallets from work. Created the whole bar surface. Tried to clear this area out.
Yeah.
Cleared the entire pergola. And then sort of set it all up, and then here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately with the lockdown, you can't have many customers in.
I know.
It's just you and me.
Yeah, well, it's good for management. We ain't got to do anything.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's fantastic. You pleased with it?
Yeah, I keep making minor adjustments.
Yeah.
But that's just things that make it a bit better here and there. But yeah, it's been good, and everyone says it looks good.
It does look very good. We've got a fire pit here, which you can't see, but it's excellent because it's bloody cold. At least you don't need a fridge behind here. But
well, yeah, but there is a heater.
Yeah, there is a heater.
That was installed specially.
Yeah.
Dartboard as well, so it is actually like a pub.
It is like a pub, and it'll be different in the summer when it's warm at night. We probably might need a fridge then.
Yeah, probably.
Well done for doing it, and we'll have some bloody good evenings in here.
Yeah, it's a pub without the hecklers.
Pub without the hecklers, and the beer's free, which is excellent. So, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
And cheers.
We are going to finish this silly point with a little silly point goggle box of our own, where we're going to look at some of the best and, of course, the worst run-outs that we've seen on SCC TV. Let's have a look. Dan Allen kicking things off, of course.
Yeah, huge moonball there. Actually, that was one of my quicker ones. But Longcock, he just held it in, and I thought I was going to get a face full of bales, but luckily I managed to avoid that.
Right, is that you yourself, Tyler?
That's me, mate. That's me.
Sam shrugged his shoulders as you throw it to the bowler's end, and then he loves it.
Yeah, good fun.
This is me again.
This isn't out, this one.
Big game, this. Big game.
He's never out. That's never out.
Well, what's funny is Dale gives it out without even looking.
If you pause it, though, it was out.
Yeah, it's out.
Wow.
If you pause it. Don't run to Jacko from that close.
That's gone.
Yeah. Super job.
Unfortunate run out. That's dying down.
This was my favourite run out. 100%.
Oh, that's a
I was currently running in from fine leg, steaming in from there.
Jack Dilling, superb.
What do you mean steaming in?
Well, the
You know what,
just
Dad, I was
slightly
flying.
turning.
There is one of you in a minute.
Shot.
Oh, that's a horrible way to get out,
That's
isn't
a
it?
very, very, very unlucky wicket. Just
That
got his
shouldn't
foot
count,
on it.
really.
No, I would say I'd carry on batting if I was him.
Oh, dear.
Good keeping, that.
Yeah, good, and terrible running, though, wouldn't it? Well, just a little bit so.
It's more good keeping.
Oh, that's good. That's Tyler. That was very good, mate.
It's all about you, isn't it, T?
Brilliant.
Yeah, this is the highlights package for him.
Oh, this was at this is a university game.
This one trumps it, actually.
Yeah, this is the last.
Yeah.
What a way to win a match. absolutely sensational game of cricket. As you can see, the lads,
And
yeah,
well, they've gone a bit wild.
Oh, Jallen hobbling on as always.
Great game of
Is he ever not injured?
no.
I hope so.
Oh dear. What's this one? Oh, another
Oh,
jacker on
that was
there.
this year.
Excellent
Good pick up,
last.
Tyler.
And that's
Tyler,
all
you
right
probably
now.
just stay behind the
Don't go
stumps there
to
for that one.
Jacko's arm.
Oh, this was one of our road trips, Tyler. Little village, absolute village.
Oh, he's fuming.
Extraordinary run.
That is so
It was-
good.
Oh dear.
That was one of the funniest games.
That's so good.
How Lucy there bowling.
Jallen making an appearance.
Oh,
Direct hit again.
Magnificent bit of
Was
work.
that you again?
Absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, that was me
bit of work
again.
From Tyler.
Who's keeping?
Tricky.
Oh,
Oh, this is my favourite.
Oh, good shot.
Best run out ever. Lenny
Lenny
Jackson.
to Harris.
3 bounces to Harris.
Right.
That's Lenny's run out. Superb stuff.
Good old Lenny.
1-5-3-4. Should be 1-5-4 or a run out. I think that's out by miles.
Yeah, that's fairly routine.
Poor Derek.
Del's so angry.
Another run out.
Poor Derek.
Unlucky
Look at this
Derek.
head shake.
Not happy.
It's still shaking it now.
Well, at least we can get someone in who can hit the ball now.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well,
Who else?
Good
That's
touch.
going to be out. Who's going to be out? Now this
Is that Adam and Matt Harris?
Who's gonna be out?
Yeah,
Adam's
yeah, brilliant.
Good part of the chip, that.
They could be
Yeah.
in the bar later.
I still think the wrong guy went off.
Oh,
And
that's-
it's
Oh,
the
this-
old side. Look,
Oh,
he
cool.
thinks he's out, and then he's, you know.
Yeah.
Sam really wasn't happy in the background.
Yeah, Sam Owen with his top off and his pink
Very
shorts on. Well, that's not out. Oh, this is out. That's not
Yeah,
out.
that
Who's
was-
thrown that?
Catalogue of errors.
Wait, did they end up giving him out for that?
Well, no, there was a big.
That's not out.
Controversy here.
There was a debate. Yeah,
One bail was off.
yeah, it's
One
quite
bail was
amusing because he was called
clearly on his
back.
ground. No one seems
Well,
to
it's
know
definitely
whether
not out.
one bail on is good enough
Once
to
the
be out or
bails are
not.
broken, that's it.
Been decided
Well,
that it's
Well, now,
Go on.
interesting point. One bail on is still
206 for
sufficient, so
6
you
now.
don't, you know.
Really?
no.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
So
he's been called
technically, it was out,
Oh, that's what they're just
but it's a
discussing
Sunday, so
which,
we
which
called the
coach
guy
shop
back
we're gonna
in.
have a meal in tonight. Yeah, no, he's definitely.
Everyone
I
was-
would have made him. I definitely would have made him
not
go.
out again.
Yeah. Oh dear, Sunday cricket's
You want to see
fantastic.
something like this happening?
It's alright, don't play it, Dan. Proper game.
Oh,
Harris
that's
again.
brilliant.
Comical.
Is that me?
Good work from
Yeah, that's
Look
you.
at that.
And
Well, that's just not out.
And then he gets better. Look at that.
well, this is going to be an interesting.
Well, it's definitely out.
Yeah, well, it's not out. Can't be out, can it?
Well, it's an
Because
absolute
it's
demolition of the stumps.
Guys, I don't think he had the ball when he took the bails off.
yeah. Well, he just took a.
Yeah, no,
stump
but that wasn't out. But then it was out after.
I've got. He's not allowed to touch the stumps.
The
which is
first
interesting
bit
with
wasn't
cricket,
out, and then as soon as he
but
picked it up and put the
obviously
ball
in
in it,
the
that's
moment,
then out.
you do what you
Yeah,
need to do.
probably. I don't know.
Well,
It was hilarious, and of
very
course it's
interesting.
COVID, so you're not even allowed to touch the stumps. And this one,
Oh,
look,
gone.
out by a yard,
Direct
not given.
It's gone.
Wait, this wasn't given.
No.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was
was it?
the umpire?
Well, it was one of
Apparently
their
it's not
players, but we all had quite a laugh about it. Actually, it was all good fun. And this is hilarious. This
Good.
is a catalogue of errors. 2 missed run-outs in the space of about.
Didn't get hit by the ball.
Then he gets
That is
on the
shocking.
head.
Quite a lot
Good to see you're playing in that, Tyler.
He
Good
always
standard.
burgle some runs on a Sunday, or people.
You didn't include my run out, Dan.
Where is it, mate? I couldn't.
Under 12s.
The one where they decided to run me out when I was on one leg. The worst bit of sportsmanship of the year, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we might put that in now. You've mentioned it.
Yeah.
So people can see how wrong you were.
I was
Still
the
stand
run.
by it.
I mean, if
I was
you've got a runner, the viewers will know this. If you're batting with a runner, you both have to be in. You can't be drifting around the middle of the track.
Right. I moved out of the way so the umpire could see. Tyler's fault.
I haven't heard that one yet. That's a new one.
Yeah. Well, I've had a bit of time to think about the excuse.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, love it. Brilliant.
Amazing.
All
Right, well,
what fun.
Guys, before we round off, we should say thank you very much for joining us.
Yes,
It's
thank
always a pleasure speaking to
You're
you.
welcome.
Well, you're in India next, so have a whale of a time.
Thank you, mate. I'm
Yeah.
sure I will, and enjoy. Good luck at the start of the season. Because if I don't see you before, I'll definitely be watching. So good luck. But don't score too many runs because that opening spot's mine.
Amazing. And as I said, it is time to round off. So thank you very much for tuning in to Silly Point. Stay safe, and thank you very much for watching. Peace out.
Good. And peace out, and hopefully we'll see you on time, sometime in April or early May.
Oh yes, that's gone before. Dell's going to be livid. Let's look at Dell. Oh, a double teapot. A double teapot from Dell. That's magnificent.
I don't care, I just want to get home.
Can you say something?
Hello, you look a twat in that hat.
Thank you.